y'all, it's your girl Dom, and I'm back with another video. I know you noticed that the walls are pretty plain Jane behind me, but that is on purpose. I have booked a large study room for my finals this week to study in, but I wanted to check in with you guys and talk with you a little bit because I just finished my first half of my 8 weeks course. The first half of my first semester of nursing school. So this nursing school that I am at, they break their schooling up into 8 weeks. So typically one semester is 16 weeks. So I have 8 weeks here and 8 weeks here. The first 8 weeks is wrapping up. I have finals tomorrow and the next 8 weeks start. I'm super excited, but very nervous. After tomorrow, I'll officially be on spring break because I don't have any more classes for the first 8 weeks. I talked with you guys a little bit in the vlog about something, but I think this video is going up first, so you guys were hearing it before anybody else does. So clap yourselves on the back right there. I am pursuing not only my nursing degree, but 2 other degrees as well, potentially. I get confirmation on them tomorrow, but I know for a fact I will be graduating with 2 degrees in December. It was thrown upon me. I did not realize that I was going to be going for 2 degrees, but I'll be turning 30 this year, so graduating with multiple degrees in December feels like a great accomplishment, you know what I mean? If not, I will be like a few credits shy of another degree, so if I ever wanted to come back and wrap it up with just like 2 or 3 more classes, I could have my 3rd degree probably 2026. So I think that's pretty freaking cool. I wanted to talk with you guys about how I've been studying for this semester because a lot of people don't know how to study. So I figured let me break down how I've been studying this 8 weeks, and who knows, I may be doing another one in the summer about how I study differently for my summer classes. But if you are new to the channel, hi, my name is Diamond. I am a nursing school student. I am a mom. I am a wife. I have been in healthcare since 2014 when I graduated high school. I have been a CNA since 2014. I have been a QMA, which I'll break down what all of these mean in this video, since 2022. I have been working with a staffing agency since 2018, and I have been, what else have I been doing? Working at different facilities. I currently work at a jail, and I do a lot of different things in healthcare. So if you like hearing about healthcare, study blogs, life of a nursing school student, life of a mom, life of a wife, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's dive into this video. So, okay, this video is going to be how I study video. The next video will be about CNA, QMA. So if you're interested, be sure to make sure you have your bell notifications on so you can catch up with that video. I study with the outline method. Outline method, for how I was taught, everybody else may have a different version, is you read over your passage, right? Let's say this one is about ADPI, because that's one of the sections I'll be reviewing over for my final exam. I would read over ADPI. What is ADPI? What is it used for? How does that help me in nursing? Things like that. So ADPI is used for assessment, diagnosis. God, I need to review because my mind is just like scattered. There's so many different sections, but basically it's how you break things down in nursing to help the patient with the final outcome. So I would basically read over, okay, A, assessment. What is the assessment? What are the things collected in the assessment? How do I break it down in the assessment? What things we need to keep an eye out for, things of that nature. So I would read that passage, right? Then I would write down in 3 to 4 sentences what it means to me. What keywords did I pick up in there that I need to either define or make note for later, so that way I can go back and write down that definition. And also what I added in for my part is what did I not understand. So in high school, I didn't really have that part, but in the nursing program, I added that part in because I can easily read something, right, tell you what it means to me, but I could be completely wrong in that sentiment. So I will write it down, and if I'm confused about something, I'm not going to say I understand it fully. I'm going to say, okay, well, I don't understand why I need to write down, let's say, medical history for the patient in that assessment part. Medical history is very important when it comes to a patient because if they have chronic heart failure, if they have COPD, there are some things that are not going to work the same for them, or they may have other medications that are unwavering that you need to think about when you are telling the doctor, like, hey, this person has COPD, or they have chronic heart failure, and they need to stay on a diuretic. what other medications can this person have to help them with this, so that way they can do this, if that makes sense. So if I didn't note that a patient had chronic heart failure and the doctor prescribed them something that may contraindicate their diuretic, that could be a problem. If I don't dig into the fact the person has chronic heart failure, one of their other symptoms may be pointing to, hey, this person may have chronic heart failure, like they're having edema or excess fluid in their extremities. That can play a big role. So outlining helped me with that. Writing down the things I don't know helped me with that. Also, I do that for every single segment that I read, not paragraph, but segment, meaning it could be like 3 or 4 paragraphs, right? If I have 3 or 4 paragraphs, I'm not just going to write 3 or 4 sentences. It may be 8, it may be 10. I may have to paraphrase what it means to me, but I need to write down what I got from that information. Within that information, I'm also going to write down again the stuff I don't understand. What am I having problems with? How can that help me? And again, the words that are sticking out to me. When we go over lecture in class, if my professor or my instructor is saying things like, hey, you need to keep an eye out for this, or oh, you need to look at this part because this is what tricks up a lot of students, I'll write it down, I'll highlight it. In class, I do not take handwritten out notes. What I typically do is I print out my PowerPoints and I'll put a picture up here while I'm talking throughout this time so that you guys can get it. I have 3 slides per page and I have lines on the side of them. I will highlight vigorously on my PowerPoint. If there's something important, I will write down the key phrases that they're saying. I also record my lectures in class, so that helps me study for on days like this. I can replay those tapes. I can listen to them in the car. I can listen to them in the library as I'm reading over the PowerPoint, as well as I'm outlining and reading, trying to get a better understanding of what we just went over. Now for the part of studying for this final exam. I have done very well on all of my exams. I've had A's and B's. I haven't failed a single exam, so that makes me feel really good. It tells me that I understand the information. I just need to refresh myself from the beginning of this 8 weeks till now, because we've gone over so much more information. So what I did was I went into ChatGPT and I created an outline and a study guide from that, and I had ChatGPT go in with the notes that I made as well as the notes from the PowerPoint and have them create me study guides. So the first study guide is nurses' knowledge and evidence-based practice. So this is a 50-question study guide. It is ABCD. There is some select all that apply. There is some true or false, and I have to do that. I also made sure that there's an answer sheet with it, but I made sure they put the answer sheet at the end, so that way I don't see the answers as I'm answering throughout the thing. So on the last page, it has question 40, and then the answer key goes here. But clearly by the time I get to question 40, I'm not gonna remember what I put down for answer 1. So I have those to help me as well. I did pass these along to my fellow students as well, and I have one for all of the majority of our subjects. I have medical ethics. I have another nurse's knowledge and evidence-based practice. I guess that one printed off twice. I have nursing assessment, diagnosis, and planning, which is the ADPI that I was talking about, but clearly there's more. They didn't put the I and the E in there, which is also implement and evaluate. You have the cultural concepts in nursing, and then you also have the communication in nursing. So those are 5 different study guides to help me. They range from 30 to 50 questions depending on how much information ChatGPT could get from them. I also have used I used some YouTube videos as well. Simply Nursing, Picmonics, things like that to help me, so that way I can grasp all the information. These are just some of the tools that I use to help me study, and they do very, very well. I am also a color coder. I need to color code my notes. Now when I'm first writing my notes, and yes, I do say first writing my notes, because when I'm first writing it and I'm reading and outlining, I'm not doing it in 10,000 colors. I'm writing in black and white or blue and white, depending on the pen that I have that day. But I will go back and I will rewrite them. I will draw pictures. I will get some colorful markers, highlighted, whatever I have, and color code them so that way they are more appealing to me. I cannot read something that is just bleh, like it's not going to hold my attention, and I'm going to be distracted to high heaven. I also have severe test anxiety. The ticking of that clock in this room right here is really making me nervous, like I'm taking too long to do this video, and that is something that I've struggled with my entire life. In college, they give you earplugs. I also can apply for like a special testing center if I want to, but I don't feel like I need the testing center. The earplugs have actually worked. If I don't have the earplugs in, I fidget with them, and it helps calm my nerves. And I know some people are like, why are you so nervous? It's just something about a test. I can know the information. Like literally, I've gotten A's on these exams. I had one high B and I was confused why I had a high B. I literally got anxious at one part of the test, which I felt it, and I changed my answer 3 times, even though I knew what the answer was, and I got it wrong. My professor even looked at me, he was like, you answered this like similar question in class and you got it right, so how did you miss this? I said, I just got nervous and I messed up. But that happens with us test anxiety people. It happens a lot, and it's so frustrating because we can know the information 10,000 times over and we still screw it up because we just get nervous. But those are some of my study tips that I have used in nursing and in healthcare so far. If you have liked and enjoyed this video, please be sure to give a thumbs up. Also, if you have a study tip or study trick that you want to share with me, please be sure to comment it down below because your girl is always up for options and suggestions. But until next time, y'all, bye.